think that should go to here. Let's see. We got this. We got Twitch. I think we're in Twitch. I think we're on YouTube. All right. Okay, here we are. I'm back. That was a long break. 3 weeks. I was abroad. I was traveling. And I'm gonna take it easy today. I've been catching up with a whole bunch of little things. So I don't know how many items I'll get to. I'm starting much later than I had planned. And today, the first item I'm gonna look at is this little request that Rank sent me. So there is currently, when playing a puzzle in SudokuPad, I think there's an option under import export, which we have the open in F puzzles. Okay, so this is no, it only works on an F puzzles puzzle. So let's find an F puzzles puzzle. Okay, let's just get the daily. I think those are quite often they're F puzzles puzzles. So something like this one. Oh, no. And that should be... Yeah, so this is an F puzzles puzzle. And I think... Yeah, there's this link. And basically what it does, it currently carries over pencil marks. And I think he's using that for round-tripping puzzles during setting. And he's basically asked me if it would be possible to also carry over given digits. Not given digits. Values, right? Just digits that have been entered. And because my SudokuPad doesn't really have a concept of bringing digits in with a puzzle. It has the concept of given digit, but not a concept of preloaded digits, right? Even, you know, that's really up to the replay. But this export already does something, you know, magical. It does something out of band with the fpuzzles data. So in theory, if I search for this, I'm just going to search for the button label, and then I'm going to track down the function. Feature fpuzzle. Yeah, okay. So it does this. It does insert markings, right? And at the end, it recompresses the data. So in theory, we should be able to do that here. So first of all, we're going to output this here. And I'm just going to put a little something here to remind myself. And probably I'm going to clone this data. So we're going to do this and json.parse, just so we have a clone of the data and we don't have to worry about it. And we'll do the same thing at the beginning, just so we know how it's changed. Hey, Chameleon, how are you? I'm doing all right. I have various came down with a really bad cold in the middle of the trip and all sorts of stomach issues, and you know, I'm on these anti-malaria meds and all sorts of stuff. So my body is still rebelling, but it's getting better. I'm glad to be back to more familiar food and clean water. Let's put it that way. All right, so let's just say we're gonna put 1 here, 2 here, and then we're gonna put that here, right? And if I do this, it should... I should have refreshed this. All right, and if I now do this, we get the 1 and the 2. And this apparently didn't kick in at all. Huh. Okay. That's curious. What did I miss? I'm on localhost. All right. Here we go. we have this and we have this. And I think all of that data goes under grid. And sorry, I'm like completely out of practice in terms of the stream. Yeah, so for example, your chat message isn't showing up on my restream chat. That's a little annoying. I'm seeing it on the YouTube chat. Alright, Chameleon. Let's hope. Why is this not coming? Can you say something else in the chat? I want to see. I refreshed the restream chat. I'd like to see if that works now. I'm gonna make this a little larger because it's probably super teeny tiny. Alright, so we've put stuff in the top. And it gets corner fence marks. Alright, it gets transferred like this. Now, on the other hand, coming from this side, if I put a 1 here in the mode solving and then do export, I don't have any of the plugins. Open with link. If I do this, I believe I can just do fpuzzles localhost, right? And it doesn't carry the 1 over, which is annoying. Is source puzzle here the thing I'm looking for? Is that going to be the fpuzzles data? No. Source puzzle, no. Alright, if I open... if I switch to the unminified decoder, I should be able to just print out what's that. Hey Mark, hey Thomas. Nice to see you guys in the stream. I have an emoji button here. That's kind of covering some of the stuff here. So much stuff changes in just a few weeks. It's crazy. If you're not on top of things every day. This is the longest I've been away from home in like 3 years, I think. All right. Chip. I think I probably need to bring that down here. And then I have to go in here. And if I want to output, I really need to, Mark, remind me, I need to do some debugging flags. I need to do some of this code because I keep putting it in and taking it out and putting it in and taking it out. And I need to just have a couple of little debugging things for these common things like outputting the fpuzzles data in the decoder. And I just need to have some sort of setting switch or something I can put into local storage and then just check for, and then it just, you know, or just even in the console, you know, framework.debug equals true or something like that, you know. I should be able to do framework.debug equals 1 or whatever, right? And then, you know, a couple of places it should check for that. So, fpuzzles. So we have that. And we have puzzle. So if I do this, right, so this is the one that I've imported just now. And under grid, it should have the 1. But it does not. What about... Wait, so if I refresh this... this should have... Oh, okay, that didn't update. But if I refresh this... Aha, okay. So maybe if I take this... Go to localhost here. And now... fpuzzle... No. Grid... No. No. If I refresh this... It has the 1 here, right? So... Why does the 1 not show up here? Oh, wait, it's in the second row. Ah, here we go. Okay, so it's value 1. Shouldn't carry the digits from the solver mode. You checked in the wrong row, I believe. Yeah. If I would have checked in the right chat window, I would have known that. Sorry to hear you're sick, Mark, by the way. It kind of sucks. But, you know, I hope it'll pass. I hope it's not serious. I hope you don't poop your pants. I didn't. Don't believe the rumors. All right. So, over here somewhere, I should do this. Change equals update marks. Update marks. How does this work? Corner center changed. Okay. If I do something like... I'm trying to remember exactly how this worked here, right? fpus.grid rc center pencil marks. So that's the cell. Changed center corner. So prop. So I should be able to do something like frame work.app.puzzle.get cells. Nope. Cells 0 dot prop get value. If I put out 2 here, prop get. Pencil marks 1, value 2, dot prop get value. Or is it normal? Oh man. Yeah, that's the other thing. I need to normalize the internal references. Okay, it's normal. All right. So in theory, we should be able to do normal value, and that's it ish, maybe. So if I do this, put a 3 here, clear this. Why? Preserve log. Yeah, we don't want that. Refresh. Okay. Got a 3 in there now. If I do import export, open in fpuzzles, map is not a function. Prop get map. F puzzles prop value. Calls C. Grid RC value. fpus prop get prop. Prop get. Ooh no. Prop get normal. Prop get normal. Cells 1. Cells 9. Okay. Yeah. Prop get L.2rc. Oh yes, because normal is not an array, and it doesn't handle non-array properties right now. So these are arrays, but the 1 and 3 is not an array. Yeah, so we just get a 1 here. Do we have a function for making something an array? Yeah. Arrayify. I do this. Is my voice funny? I feel my voice is weird. Yeah. So if we do arrayify, we'll do val, and then we'll just say array.isArray val, then return val, else val equals undefined or val equals null, return. And we're just gonna do this a little bit janky. We're gonna do it this way. Then we'll do return the empty array. Otherwise, return an array containing val. Like that. I believe. Alright. That should do the trick. And arrayify. Arrayify. So if I do this, we should get something that works. Like that. And okay. Hey Blobs, yeah, I've just started. I hadn't had time to fully look at your stuff yet. I was just starting to look into it. I think the first link doesn't work anymore. Yeah, I haven't actually even had time to check that out. That's something I gotta, but you know, priority is still to get the app updated. It's like I'm 6 months in a 12-month delayed app. Like I think the update is now taking longer than the original app took. So, yeah. All right, so let's see what we've got. We've got prop get R1, 2, and 1, 3 for the values. Right. So that should work correctly. Get rid of that. Change becomes true with this. Right. Now, the output, though, might not be correct because value, I believe, shouldn't be an array. But it does work. I don't know. I guess fpuzzles does something to fix that up. Let me just double check. Yeah, the value here is not an array. I mean, what I could do is if it's only one value to change it to not array. But the fact that it works, I don't know why that says why 3 here is not allowed. Why was the 3 red? That's odd. Why was the 3 red? It's probably something to do with it being an array or not an array. Okay, let's see. Yeah, maybe this is not the right way to do this. Thanks, Blobs. I'll check it out after the stream, or maybe during the stream. I don't know, is this a private URL? Not sure. Right. Let's just put this aside for a second and just do it differently, right? So we'll do a prop get. Let val equals prop get. Right. Now, if val, because then we don't actually need an array here, right? Then we do stuff with val. We don't actually care about length. We care about... If val. Alright, and then we'll if val if array dot is array val, then val equals val dot map, yada yada yada, and we'll just do this, right? And we'll make a little to int, or we'll just do this, right? And then we'll just do map clean int if array, not a double map here. Else, whoop. We'll just do the single value, and then here else return false and return true. And then we don't actually need this anymore. We'll probably just move that over here. Nope. So now it should treat the digits and values correctly and still return the right true false value. Now everything breaks. Oh. that doesn't work. All right, what did we do wrong? Okay. Okay. What's going on here? All right, what's going on? So, center corner, normal, undefined. So if thou if they're an empty array, we actually want to return false. So we might have to, what are we gonna do? Because I think it returns an empty array on array props. So if val equals undefined, or val equals null, or array.is array val and val.length equals 0, then return false. Right? And then we don't need that. And we can probably rearrange that as well, because we're executing this either way, right? And we'll just do this like that. Return true. We actually want to do this. We don't want to reassign val like that. And then we'll just return true here. I think this might be the right thing. Let's find out. Let's find out. And yeah, that looks good. And what's the data look like? We've got value 1 and 3, hence marks 1 and 2, and they're digits, not text. And what does it look like if I put an H in here, for example? Like that. What does that look like? Ah, it works. It lowercases it, but I think that happens on the other side. Oh no, it happens on my side, I think. 9, 10, 11. Yeah, because internally I don't actually have lowercase and uppercase support, which is perhaps a small mistake. All right, thanks Blobstumps. Thanks for stopping by. All right, well, it is what it is for now. I think it's a step in the right direction. And the changes aren't catastrophic, so I can probably do them with some amount of confidence. Let's have a look at the diff, see if that makes sense. We can undo this. So this we don't need. That we don't need. Bye-bye. And then this we also can undo. I think. Yeah. So what did we do? We added this line. And we updated this to handle these more cleanly. We added the clean int function. We checked if it's undefined, null, or if it's an array, and then we're just returning false. We don't need to do anything. Nothing changed, no updates. And the changed variable, which is maybe a misnomer, because it's not about being changed, it's about we actually have a value or not. No, it is about being changed. It's about overall the data being changed, right? Like if anything changed, only then do we recompress it. Tracking the changed variable probably doesn't really benefit. Like we could just compress it always. But it's fine. It's fine. And I think that does the trick. Cool. All right, that'll be our first update after this trip. So I'm gonna bump the version for this because actually I haven't released the current feature set yet. There aren't a lot of changes, so it should be fairly easy to release it. So I don't want to push too many things in it, so it is available for release. All right, and that should get us a version bump to this one. And you know what? While we're here, I haven't been very good at keeping up with third-party suggestions, but I really need to be better about this. So if, by the way, if any of you have had some contribution that I did not record here and you wanted recorded, please let me know. I'm very sorry about not keeping these up to date. Keep values on fpuzzles export. In the future, eventually I'd love to do a full round trip support on these things. So that goes here. And that should just be our commit message. And I haven't done this in so long, I don't remember the format. Okay, nope, that looks right. That looks right. Bada bing, bada boom. All right, all right. Now, that is this one. I think that should have been done. Like, let me drop a message. Gonna push the release after the stream, just letting ranks know that it's done. I think there were some other messages in the last couple of days. Let me see if there's anything here that I can poke into, or if they've all been... Yeah, one issue we have is there's a bug in Discord that if you're trying to load a JSON file or save a JSON file, instead of saving or loading the JSON file, it actually opens like a different JSON file, not the actual JSON file, something that looks like this, instead of like the replay files. And I'm trying to remember this. It saves correctly, I think, is it? When we're opening the JSON file? So, 1 second, just gonna dump this into Mark's chat, if you don't mind. I'm trying to remember how it was. I think when when trying to add a JSON file from mobile is, I think, what caused it. And if you change the file extension, it doesn't do it. So I'm actually considering just changing the file extension. I mean, it's still a JSON file. It's just silly that Discord has this weird bug, this weird behavior. It doesn't make sense. It looks like it's creating like a reference or like a link or shortcut or something. So let me see. This would be feature settings. No, replay save, I believe. So create replay file name. So here is where it creates the file name with the .json extension. So I'm just gonna change this to replay, or should that be SudokuPad replay? No, I'm just gonna claim replay extension for now. I don't think there's a little conflict with anything. It's got SudokuPad in the file name. And let me see, anywhere it says accept JSON. Now that's the only worry I have, is that in the file opening dialog. So if I do this, you know, if I say replay save load file, it does this, right? So if I refresh this now, nope, and go to here, replay save load and load file, it only shows, and that's probably not a folder I should be in. It shows JSON files, but I wanted to show replay files. So instead of application JSON, filter type. Filter. So let me think. This is get drop files. This might be a little tricky, actually. So I want to kind of output all of these. And let me just do this. Actually, let me first save this replay. So this should now be .replay. Yeah, save file. Okay. And then replay load save. And I should be able to open this. Type. Ah, shit. So it goes type unknown. This could just be, I don't know, maybe because I didn't drop it yet. I don't actually know how this API works. Let's see. So, load. Format. That's not cool. Get drop files. Drag over, drag, enter. Chan. Length. Jeez. Okay. So this will always return 0 because it never gets these properties. That's annoying. The problem is I think the MIME type links to the file extension. So if I use a non-standard file extension, the MIME type filtering, I cannot filter by MIME types because there's no, you know, plain text. What file extension is it? Not .replay, right? I might have to just give up on this filtering. So if I just do this instead, and then drag over a replay file. Boom. Okay, so it actually gets me the file at least. So that's this instance. And where else do we do? Okay, here it's just checking for managing the what happens after I drop, right? Yeah, you see it has no kind and no item, so that's a little annoying. But I guess it still works. Handle drop files, get as file. Yeah, well, I don't know what its purpose is, to be honest. All right, if we reset now, replay, save, load, and I drag our replay file onto here, it loads the replay. The problem with this is obviously, if I do this, right, and then do replay, save, load, and I say I put a zip file on here, error loaded data from file, possibly invalid or corrupt. Fair enough. I guess it still does the right thing. Because I had problems where it's just like trying to mush arbitrary JSON files and interpret them and stuff. But I'm guessing that's a different kind of problem. So we're losing this little filter here. Now, replay, save, load with the load button, it still has this. So, load file, open dialog, open dialog, drag drop, yada yada yada, handle dialog button, load file, handle load from file, accept, load from file. I think this is in utilities. Load from file. Options here don't seem to be used. Okay, fair enough. Load from file. There's no change. Handle change. Handle file. The hell? Handle load from file. Handle load from file. This API is terrible, I think. It should just return this somehow as an async thing. This should be an async function, right? Okay, but anyway, what happens then? Handle load from file. Then here does the read file such. So here, okay, this is after this. Handle dialog button, load file. I press this, load from file. Load from file, input, file, visibility, hidden. This options here is not being used. So I don't understand why this input element is filtered by application JSON. Thomas Miles, there's no purpose to that, actually. There's no reason to do that. It loads them fine. It doesn't care about the file extension. It's just the user interface stuff that I have to deal with. So I don't understand why this dialog is actually filtered to JSON, even though we don't seem to be using the options here anywhere. So why are options here not being used? And why does it still have the effect? That's the weird thing. So accept application JSON. Accept application JSON. Oh, there it is. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. So HTML input filter custom extension. So I don't know if I can filter just by an extension. It doesn't make sense that it filters only by MIME types. Maybe it can do either. Okay, so maybe we can just change this to accept asterisk.replay or just .json. Maybe we don't need the asterisk. So if I do that, that sounds like it should do the right thing. And replay JSON. Good downloads. Replay JSON. All right. And the JSON is just sort of for backwards compatibility. Restart. Load. And that works. All right. I think that's all we need. Okay. It's a little janky, I find, but it's not as elegant as using a well-supported extension like JSON. Okay, we don't need that. So we've changed that to save as replay. It should still be perfectly fine and backwards compatible. Line 77. This is a bit of a shame that we're losing this filter. When I open that, drop files. Should have output these. Oops. Wait a second. If I just drag this file, boom, kind type, They just don't have anything. I wouldn't be surprised if the actual JSON files don't have anything either, to be honest. Oh. Let's try that. Yeah, I'm guessing this was always a red herring somehow. All right, well, when it works, right? So if I save this, we're getting rid of that. We are probably gonna get rid of this as well. People, if they just throw random rubbish on there, I guess that's their own fault. And I think that should just work. Where am I? Oh, yeah, different replay. Okay. So if I so let's test dragging the replay file. Boom. Okay, that works. And if I do load replay, random replay, that works. And if I do load replay, replay file, that works. And then the last thing, you know what? I'm actually going to play this. It'll be a bit of a test. I solved this earlier. It's not a very hard one. So if I restart this, refresh. So we have a super long arrow. So that's 3 plus 1 is 4 plus 3 is 7 plus 1 is 8 plus 1 is 9. So these are all ones. These are all minimal. And then that's a 9. And now these ones and so on and so forth limit what else we can do. So this like is a 2, 3. This is a 2, 3, yada, yada, yada. But we have another long one here. So for example, this... I'm just trying to think where we get... okay. Well, these are 3. It can't be a 1, so that's 2, 3, 4. And that's a 9. And therefore this one has to be a 5. Sorry, 5 or more. And this has to be a 2. So 2 can... This can be up to 5, 6, 7. This can't be a 9. So 8 the max. So this can't be a 7 because that's up to a 2. So this can go a 2, 3, and that's a 5 or 6. And that's a 7 or 8. Right. And then these, I think, go up to 4. Right? 1, 4 plus 1 is 5. So 1, 4 is 5, 6. Plus 3 is 9, yes. The smallest is 3 plus 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7. And then this one can be 3 plus 3 is 6. This can be up to a 3. Except it can't be 1 and 2. So that has to be a 3. And then now, these two have to be both 1, 2. And then this is a 2. That's a 1, 3, 4. 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1. Alright, and now this is 3 plus 3 plus 3 is a 9. 3 plus 5 would be an 8. And 3 plus 6 would be a 9. But it can't be a 9, so it's gotta be 3 plus 5. And then these are 6, 7, 8. Alright, and then these are... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And this one, smallest can be 3, 4, 5. Needs to have a 3 in it. Oh, not a C. A 3. So it's either 3, 4, which is 7, or 3, 5, which is 8. Can't be an 8, though. So it's like that. Alright, now these two, I think neither of them can be 2. So that's a 3, 4, 5 as well. 7 or 8 or 9. Can't be a 9, right? So if this is a 4, this can't be a 5. And can't be a... So it's 3, 4. Or 4... No, that's always a 3 now. And then this is a 4 or 5. Alright. Where are we with 3s? We're getting there. So can't be 1s. Can't be 2s. 3, 4, 5. Same thing. That's a 3. 4, 5. So that's 3... That's 7 or 8. Can't be a 9. All right. And got a 3 here. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. So this is 4, 5. Makes this a 9. And that gets us a couple more digits here in the middle. I'm just filling these in. 5 plus 3 is an 8. 3 plus 5 is an 8. All right. That fills in quite quickly now. 3 goes there. 2, 3 there. Yeah, 3 over here. We're not done with 1s yet either. 1 goes here. 1 goes here. I think that's all the 1s done. 2s here and here. Oh, so 3 there. Oh, and it's in a corner. Right. 2, that can't be a 2. And 2 here. I think that's all the 2s. We should have almost all the 3s as well. I think we have all the 3s as well. All right. 1, 2, 3. So that's a 4, 5 with a 9 here. 5. And then these are 6 and 7s, the remaining ones. 6 and 8. No 6 there. 4s. 4s. We're also pretty close to having them all sorted out. 4 here. 4 here. And then 5s. 5. 5, 5, 5. All right. So 6, 7, 8. No 8. So then 8 goes here. 7, 6. 6, 7 makes us an 8. 8 and 7. 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh yeah, we haven't done all the 9s yet. There's a 9 here. 9 here. 9 here. And I think that's all the 9s. Alright. 8s should be relatively easy. There's an 8 here, which puts the 4 here. And there. 8 here. 8 there. And finally 8 there. And 7s we should also be able to do. But that just probably fills in a couple of the 6s as well. 7s. 7. 7. 7. 7 and 6. Alright. Yeah, that seemed to work pretty smoothly. Let's save the replay. Boom. Now let's go to a different window. Refresh this. Load the replay. And let's open this new replay, and it should get us straight to this puzzle, and it should all be filled in. Alright, seems to work. And that should be a replay safe update. We'll do that also as a minor version bump. Like that. And I think, yes, we want to close that. And then change replay to dot replay to void Discord bug. Of course, it would be nice if Discord fixes their bug, but you know, when is that likely to happen? Oh no! Ah, god damn it! Oh wait, can I undo? Undo commit? Can I just do that? Eh. Change replay extension to dot replay to avoid Discord bug. Alright, now I have all the files selected. That should be better. And here we go. Alright, that's 2 little things fixed that have been on my radar. Let's have a quick look at Blob's stats page. Obviously, I want to run these stats on my end. I just haven't had time to look into this more. So he's been fetching basically the raw data at a regular interval to create data over time. But of course, that puts a load on my server because he's got to pull this big chunky file so frequently, when in reality, I should just do it on my side and have the stats split up over time. But also one thing I haven't done in a while is pulling a backup while I was traveling. I think the backup would be under the API, I believe. So if I do this, should be able to just go in here, and I should do this. Because there's a second file that he doesn't have access to that is very interesting for me, which contains the puzzles themselves. So if I go to API, DB, there should be a backup here. And now counter info is in there. So let's go to DB, CD 202306 18, right? And then JQ length, counter info, JSON. I think that should do the trick. Yeah, so we have 10,808 puzzles in that file now. And of course, those will be fewer than the actual puzzles, right? Let's have a quick look at the stats, at the raw ones. And like, this is pulling a chunkier and chunkier file. By the way, in case you guys didn't realize, there's some additional stats in the console for you to check out if you want to. That's all done client side, so no big deal there. Let's see. Don't reserve log than that. Don't want to filter. And it's basically just pulling this chunky file, which is now here. How big is it? It's 346 kilobytes. Because it's being compressed? No. Isn't it bigger than that? No, it's only 338. Okay. I do think there's a max on how big it'll get, though. I don't remember how large it is. But yeah, the puzzles themselves are much larger. So yeah, so there's 11,329 different puzzles, while only 10,800. So we're missing about 500. That's okay. Basically, it used to be more, but obviously, if people eventually revisit every puzzle that's ever been visited, it will then cache them, since I've added that. So it's just that there were 500 puzzles that people haven't revisited since I've made it, since I've added the fetching of the puzzles themselves. Yeah, the average has gone up a lot. That's really nice to see, actually. I'm not sure why that is. Maybe because we have a long tail, and because I'm excluding all those with only one solve, which may be a lot, you know, lots of small puzzles or things people try, or there's probably thousands of puzzles that aren't really puzzles. There's just, you know, links that were created while people were testing, while setting a puzzle. Cool, we've crossed 1 million solves. That's really amazing. Of course, now, without the temporal data, this number is becoming more and more meaningless, right? Like, how does it compare to daily traffic and so on, you know? And obviously, since it's a certain date, you know, it doesn't really say how many puzzles are solved on the site, because, you know, I only just started counting them. And I don't know if, like, I haven't been checking on any funky business, you know, any people kind of just hitting the API and putting in bad data. Fetch database. Okay, so this has... okay. So this is just all of them? Alright. And then what's this? 1,414 authors, 11,329 puzzles. So how does that compare to the actual raw stats here? Do they agree? 11,3. Different puzzles solved. So why is that number larger than this number? I'm curious. Oh, wait. No, this is an old one. Whoops. Here we go. All right. Now it makes sense. 1,441 authors. Yeah, 1,015. Okay. And I guess that's just sorting. I don't know. Are there buttons that should be doing stuff? Can I press these? These look like sort buttons, but don't seem to... Oh, something is frozen, I think. Blobs, have you been doing inefficient code? Ooh, it seems like it. Really? Sorting 11,000 items takes this long? Blobs. Alright, I'm just scrolling back through Discord to see if there are any other major issues. Oh yeah, there was a replay. There's a replay of the link puzzle in our Chrome tab. The exits are entered as green and I switch back. Okay, so there's... I don't have the brain power to look into this today. But basically the gist of it is that the replay animation doesn't seem to record... No, wait, this is... Wait. I thought there was an issue with the... pen lines. Yeah, this is not the GIF file. So it's got a puzzle here. So that's the puzzle with the problem. I have a weird bug to do with the undoing pen tool marking. Sometimes when undo pen tool mark, the color of X marks in the puzzle turns into the color of the undooed pen mark. The color of X marks in the puzzle turns into the undooed pen mark. So I'm guessing what he's trying to say is, let's say if I put some red circles and crosses here, and then do this, and then maybe do this, and then I do this, this. No. When this seems to be triggered when undoing any pen marking, even when undoing the deletion of a pen marking, but it only affects other X's and not other lines. You were present at the time the bug first triggered, and the bug persists between reloads, so it seems to be stored on the save file. And because it only seems to happen some of the times. Yeah, I think there's an issue. Yeah, I'm also seeing that the pen lines here are not contiguous, but that they're drawn as individual segments with overlaps here. which I'm not sure that's how it should be. But it's not something I can fix right now, so I'm gonna have to look into that again. Not enough memory to open this page. Hey, Michael Edwards, how are you doing? And I think my playlist just stopped. Let me just make sure this keeps playing. Let me see if there's anybody on Twitch. Nope, nobody on Twitch today. All right. Reconnect DevTools, come on. So, fetch. If I click this now. So, this is fine, right? Now if I click this button. Okay, I don't see anything crazy. If I click this button. Okay, now it resorted. Before it just didn't. Thanks, yeah, it's good to be back. Kind of, there's a bunch of things I'm quite keen about doing, actually. Including coming up with a low-cost way of getting Sudoku puzzles into the hands of refugee children over there. But that's like a longer-term project, I believe. Oh wow, that's some terrible names. Acronymus. Yeah, he should probably clean this list by like removing names that only exist once and so on and so forth. But yeah, anyway, definitely cool work Blobs is doing there, but I need to kind of make that a first-class citizen. I believe I can't just leave that. Sorry, Blobs, but that. I feel like that's something I need to be doing on my side. I can't just not have that capability. I don't know why that wasn't Twitter. All right. I'm gonna play this one quickly as oh no, wait, you know what, we're gonna do a release and then we're gonna play it and then that'll be the stream. And deploy, and we'll do a npm run deploy beta and production. I think I did renew the certificate, so that script is actually getting much better. Yeah, so here I'm trying to name them now so the solver script can actually work with this stuff. All right, let's just pull this over here. Oh, I forget, on the left side it won't take up the full screen. Whoop. All right, and are we deployed yet? Nope. All right, well, we should be deployed here now. So what version is this? 335. Is that what it should be? 337, no. Come on. 337. Beta.SudokuPad, yeah. 337. Why are you not up to date? 335, 33. I just deployed you. 337. Staging. Alright, that should be okay. 337. Deploy beta. Okay, that's even older. Alpha. Oops, no. What's going on, guys? Alpha should be an older version because I hadn't updated that. Yeah, 302. What about beta? I need to get better also about remembering what version I'm running on alpha because I can't just update it. The portion of revealed objects as a clue to details of puzzle under the fog. I think that's kind of the point of it, isn't it? So why is this not up to date? Deploy beta, deploy production. Why? This I just deployed this. It should deploy the correct code from staging. So if I look at Sudoku.html, if I just cat that, right? That should have that version. Okay. If I do this, 335. Why is this not getting the latest version? Do I need to do something to refresh the cache now? I think I've added a bunch of caching, haven't I? Yeah. But shouldn't that clear the cache? Deploy. Refresh. Isn't there some sort of cache refresh? Start. Watch. 1 second. So server here. Does it have caching now? Oh, I never used to have these problems. Did I really add just blanket caching here? I don't think so. Oh, maybe I did. Okay. Cache. Serve static. There's no clear cache. Clear cache. Do I have to do this manually? There's these, right? Yeah. So if I do this, admin clear cache. Okay. Now refresh this. Ah! Alright. I'm gonna have to remember this. And in fact, I shouldn't have to remember this. I should just... It should just happen. So I should be able to do... 1 second. Watch. Exec. Exec. Curl. So if I just do this, right? So deploy. There should be a clear cache beta. And it should just be this, right? Clear cache alpha and clear cache production, and then this should be under beta.sudokupad.app alpha production, like that. So if I do npm run clear cache beta, it should do that. Okay. And then it should, under this deploy, it should basically do these as well. npm run clear cache production and clear cache deploy production, clear cache production, run npm production beta. Or better even, these probably should be part of... no. Okay. So, now we can run this as a test. So it should be under beta. Would it be possible to add a bit of the fog mechanics, obscure corners and connected cells so that the dot or line or whatever? But that's kind of the point of Fog of War. This is exactly how they're designed, is to show part of clues. So if you hide all the clues, then there's no puzzle anymore. Yeah, so I said I would use a diagonal line to hint at what might be under the fog. Kind of the point of it. All right, 3. So I can just do this, right? So there's a 3 up there. 3 in here. All right. 5s. 5 in the corner. 5 over there. Did I just do something? I don't know. 5 on the diagonal, 5 on this diagonal, so there's no 5s here. There's a 5 on this diagonal, but that doesn't really do much. It just means, there's a 5 here. There's a 5 here, 5 here. Not here, not here, not here. Alright. 7s, I see a couple of 7s. So that's gotta be a 7, which means that's a 5. And... well... there's a 7 here. What are these three? 2, 4, and 8. Where the 2 has to be there. And then these three are 2, 3, and 9. Where that's not a 3. And these 4 are 3, 6, 7, 9. 7, 9, 3. Alright. 8s. We have 2 8s. So maybe we can do a little bit more with those. Okay. 4, 3. We have 2 1s. So that's a 1. So that does some more stuff with 7s. That's a 7. Ooh, okay. So there's a 7 here or here, so it's not there. Which means there's a 7 down here. It means there's a 7 here. There's not a 7 there. Alright. And... once... oh, that's a 1. It's a 1 here, so there's not a 1 here. Right, 2. 2. Not much, not much. Ooh, 6s. There's a couple of 6s. There's definitely a 6 here and here. And then there's a 6 here. And there's a 9 in these two, but we'll get to that in a sec. So 6 over here, which gives us that 6, which takes out this 6. Alright, so there's 6 here or here, so there's no 6 here, so that makes this a 6, and that's a 7. Ooh, okay. 7 here. 6 here. Not here. This is 6, and there's 6 there. Alright. 7s. 8s. The diagonals are already sorted. Alright. 9s. 9s. Oh, okay. That's just a 9 on this column. Got a 9 down there. What are these 3 on the window? 2, 4, 5. The 5 being here. And that gets us a couple more 5s. So that's not a 5. Alright. And that's not a 5 because there's got to be a 5 on the diagonal, right? 2, 3, 4, I guess. 2, 3, 4, 6. That's not a 4 down here. 2, 3, 6. Ah, yeah. I was gonna see because these two are 9s, so that takes 9s out of these. Doesn't actually help as much as I thought it would. Do we have the diagonals almost done? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not exactly. That seems a little overzealous. Although, there's quite a few we can remove from these. And, oh, that gets us a 7 over here. Alright, I think we're basically done with 7s then. 6 here, 9 there, 2, 9, 3, 3 gone out of here. 1, 2, 4. Alright, so that did a bunch of 9s. And there's 9 there. Doesn't really help. No 9 on that diagonal. Alright. 7's done. 6 is done. 5's getting close. 1's not as much as I thought. There's a 3 here. Does that give us a 3 there? Yes, it does. I think that gets us that 3 here. And that and that. All right, and I think we can fill these in now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, the problem is then the setters will lose an ability to actually show clues under the fog. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. So I think the setters already have that ability by manipulating widths of lines and so on and so forth. Or in theory, bringing the line over a bit instead of having it exactly in diagonal. And that's kind of a limitation of the setting tools. Because in SudokuPad you can put lines in arbitrary positions, while in, I don't know, I think in F-Puzzles you're not able to. But F-Puzzles is not SudokuPad, right? So they could move that line one way or another using other tools if they wanted to. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, 2 and 8. So that's not an 8. Guess that's the 3 then. That'll be the 5 and that'll be the 8. 2, 8, and 1 and 9. Okay, that's 2 and 4, and then this would be a 1. These two are 4, 5, 8, and these two are 1, 2, and these two. Oh, well, let's do the 3s here. 4, 8, 9, with a 4 here. Okay, that's resolving a bunch of stuff over there. 5, 8, which means that's a 9. And then this would be a 9. And 4, 8. Oop. 1, 9, 1, and 5. Oh, we're not done yet. 4. All right. Solve counter 1, save replace, save file. Now, if I open this on localhost, and localhost, there we go, and now say load file, let's load this replay and check. Why is the self counter still 1? Because it should be a new browser. It should match the username and the path and the setter name and the puzzle name. I don't know. Let's see. Tell her to bring the photo. Simon has commented several times that he could see the edge of something, but didn't know if he should use the information. But that's Simon's problem. He does that a lot of times. So, you know, if he doesn't realize that if he sees something, he sees something, that's not really my fault. And the setters could make it more obvious if they wanted to, you know. That's really up to the puzzle setters, not really a question of me. I'm not controlling the look of things. So, like, you don't. I think you don't realize that SudokuPad is not is a visual tool. It's like a drawing tool, right? So if people don't want a certain thing to look a certain way, then they just have to draw it the way they want it to look, not the way they don't want it to look, right? So it's not really something I can fix. It's something the setters can fix by changing how their puzzles look. All right, I think I'm gonna call this. This is my jump back into the deep end. I'm still not feeling very healthy, to be honest. But I gotta get back to work, and there's so much to do. There's a bunch of stuff with the stats. There's releasing the latest version on production. There is continuing my work on getting the mobile version updated. There's a bunch of bug fixing I need to do. Yeah, lots to be done. Lots to be done. And I was just gone for 3 weeks. I thought I was going to do some work, and I did. I did actually push some bug fixes while I was over there. But most of the time I was, you know, I was either sick or we were driving around in the middle of nowhere. Let me bring up something briefly, just as a slight, let me see, you know, what I spent most of my time doing. You know, the kind of environment we'd be in, right? Like, we'd be in this kind of environment, you know? There'd be these kind of villages and settlements. And that is caching awfully. Can I just get... Yeah, that's supposed to be HT. There we go. you know? So, not exactly internet everywhere or even electricity or even running water. So, yeah. It wasn't the sort of, you know, I had 2 laptops with me, 3 phones, but I didn't spend much time with them. All right, that's it. Congratulations on 1,000,000 solves. That's amazing. But even more amazing, 11,000 different puzzles. I did not expect that. I thought, you know, because like I think the total database on Logic Masters when I pulled it was like 14,000, and I think the CTC puzzle is only like 4,000 or 5,000 in the database. So 11,000 in just like a few weeks, seeing that many puzzles that quickly, that really boggled the mind. All right. Anyway, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for stopping by. You know, I'm gonna be on the Discord and so on and so forth. So let me know if there's anything that I missed in the last 3 weeks. I know that a few people reported stuff, and I kind of commented on things, but I won't have the mental capacity to go back over that, and I didn't have any notes or anything like that. So if there's something that came up in the last couple of weeks and I missed it, please bring it up. Let me know. And maybe I'll do some catch-up streams or something. I'd love to do streams more often than once a week, to be honest. And I'd like to get back to my secondary project, like do some mental stretching and work on my on what did I call it? Xenocide Survivor game or something like that. I don't know. In the meantime, thank you very much for hanging out and joining me on the stream. Take care, have a good evening, and bye-bye.